So today I am back with a tutorial video on how to make your very own crochet back cover for a color screen Tamagotchi. They are all about the same size, so yeah, they are the same size, just about the same shapes. So this one will fit the Tamagotchi ID, Tamagotchi IDL, Tamagotchi piece, and the Tamagotchi mix. So for this tutorial I'm gonna use my Tamagotchi mix 20th anniversary edition, and in the end we should have a crochet cover like this one, so the one that covers the back of the Tamagotchi and prevents it from scratching when, you know, putting it on hard surfaces like tables, desks, etc. So what you're going to need is, of course, the Tamagotchi that you are going to make the cover for, some yarn. I chose this colorful yarn because it's just so pretty and colorful. The crochet hook 3.0 millimeters, another crochet hook which is 1.5 millimeters, so 150 millimeters, a stitch marker, and scissors. Okay, so first we are gonna start with 2 single crochets, and also remember to leave some yarn on the end because we are going to need that in the end. So we are gonna start with 2 single crochets, so 1, 2, and there's some cat fur in here. Okay, so we have 2 single crochets in here, and now what you're going to do is to make 6 single crochets into this first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 'Let me focus my camera again. Okay. 5, 6. So we have 6 single crochets in here, and as you can see, this has created a loop in here. So now in the second row we are going to make 2 single crochets in each one that we have made in the first row. So in the end we should have 12 single crochets in the second row. So 1, and in the same one, the second one. So we already have 2, and then the second one, another 2, so 3, and 4, then in the third one another 2, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in the second row we have 12 single crochets, and now we are going to increase, just like we've done right now. We are going to increase with each row, so we are going to add some single crochets in each row. So from now on we are going to use the stitch marker. So now what you're going to do is to make 1 single crochet in 1 stitch, and then 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, and then again 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, and until the end of the row. And how I do this is to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, then in the second stitch another single crochet, and here I stop for a moment. In the first one that I have just made, I put the stitch marker, and now I continue to make the single crochets. So I have made 1 in this stitch, so I'm going to make a second one in the same stitch, and now 1 single crochet in the next one, and then 2 in the next one, and then 1 in the next one, and then 2 in the next one, one, 2, 1, 2, 1, and now thanks to the stitch marker you can see that there's only one left, so 2 single crochets in this one, and we have completed this row. Okay, so in the next row we are going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the third stitch, and we are going to repeat that all the way around. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and so on. So 1, 1, here's where I stop and mark the first stitch, and then 2, and again 1, 1, 2, and so on. And the last 3, so 1, 1, 2, and there's a complete row. So in the next row we are going to increase once again, and in this row we are going to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the fourth stitch. And yeah, we're going to repeat that all the way around. So one single crochet in the first stitch, then 1 single crochet in the second stitch. Here's where I stop and mark the first stitch, and then I continue 1 single crochet in the third stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the fourth stitch. So 1, 2, And now I'm going to repeat that all the way around. And the last 4 stitches, so 1, 1, 1, and 2. And we have a complete row. So in the next row we continue to increase. So in this row we are going to do 1 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 single crochet in the second stitch, 1 single crochet in the third stitch, 1 single crochet in the fourth stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the 5th stitch, and repeat that all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2. So 1, and 2, and repeat. So 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, and so on. And the last stitches, so 1, 1, 1, 1, and 2. 1, 2. And there's a row. So in the next row we are also going to increase. So just as before, we add 1 more single crochet in the first section. So we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets in the first 5 stitches, and then 2 single crochets in the 6th stitch, and repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 in the next stitch. So 1, 2, and repeat all the way around. and the last stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 in the last one. So 1, oops, 1, and 2. And there it is. So I'm going to check if that's enough. So I'm taking my Tama here and I'm going to measure. So I think we are going to increase one more time, and yeah, then we'll work all the way around with just single crochets, stitches. Alright, so in this row we are going to add one more single crochet in the first sequence. So we are going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets in the first 6 stitches, and then in the 7th one we are going to make 2 single crochets. So one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 in the next one, in the 7th one. So 1, and 2. And repeat all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2. And the last 7 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 in the last one. So 1, 2, and this is what you should have up until now. Okay, so we are going to check once again. So this looks good right now. So we can move on to the next step. Okay, so now what we are going to do is to work single crochets all the way around. So we are not going to increase anymore. We want this this circle to stay the same as it is. So we are going to work one single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So we are not adding any more stitches in this row. So here's my stitch marker. So let me focus my camera once again. Okay. 1, 2, 'and I'm marking the first stitch. And then I'm going to do one single crochet and one stitch all the way around. And there you have it. So as you can see, this is already starting to fold like this, and this is what we want it to do actually. So now we are going to check once again with our Tamagotchi. And this is looking perfect. So now what you're going to do is to make 3 more rows of single crochets, the exact same rows that we have made just now. So in each stitch you're going to make just one single crochet all the way around. So I will see you in 3 more rows. Okay, so I am back. I've added 3 more rows. So this is what it's supposed to look like right now. And now we can check with our Tama once again. So as you can see, it fits just fine and neatly. So now we need to add about 2 more rows. So yeah, I'll see you guys in another 2 more rows. So 2 rows later, I am happy to tell you that we are just 2 more rows away from the finish line. So this is what you should have up until now. As you can see, it's rounding up nicely. So I'm going to flip it to the right side so that this one will always be, on the outside and this one on the inside. And I'm going to check how it looks like on my Tama. And as you can see, we are almost done here. So this is what you should have at this point. So I like my crochet covers to fit very tightly on the Tamas. So in the next row we are going to decrease a bit. So what we are going to do is, in the last row that we were increasing, we were making 6 single crochets in 6 stitches and then 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So now we are going to do the following. We are going to make 1, 2, mark the stitch, the first stitch, 3, 4, 5, 6 single crochets in the 6 first stitches, and now you are going to make 1 single crochet in 2 next stitches, and you're going to do it like this. Put your crochet hook into the first stitch, yarn over, and take it back again through the same stitch and leave it like this, and then put your crochet hook in the next stitch, yarn over again, and now you should have 3, and then pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one stitch, pull the yarn through, and then the second stitch, pull the yarn through, and then pull the yarn through all three loops. So now we have one stitch that takes two previous stitches. And the last section, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll take off my stitch marker to make it more comfortable, and the last two stitches, so first stitch, second stitch, and pull through. Let me focus my camera, and this is what it should look like at this stage. So we can flip it and check how it looks on the Tama. And this is going to be a bit tight, so the most convenient way is to put it like this and then just slide it. And there you have it. So now we're going to do the last row, and we are going to make single crochets all around. So one single crochet in one stitch. So one single crochet, one, and all the way around. Okay, so I am back. I have made the last row of single crochets, so I'm going to check once again how this looks on my Tamagotchi. Okay, this is super tight. And this is how it should look like. Okay, so now we are going to finish our cover. So now you're going to take the smaller crochet hook like this, and now you're going to take the scissors, leave a bit more of the yarn, and then cut. And now you're just going to pull the yarn through like this. This does not look very nice, and you can see where the row has ended. So we are going to finish it in a way that is going to be almost invisible, almost. So what you're going to do is to put your crochet hook through the first stitch here and pull the yarn through, and yeah, pull it very much through this stitch, and then you're going to pull it through the next stitch so that it goes on the side which is going to stay on the inside. So pull it through again and pull very much. And now you want to hide this inside so that it won't stick out, it won't, you know, one day just go through the stitches and ruin the cover. You know, you want to make it safe, so to speak. So what I always do is to pull the yarn through the internal stitches around here. So I put my crochet hook into the stitch like this, and then pull this yarn through. And pull very much. And then I go through some next stitches. So for example here, and pull through, and now maybe here. There's no rule for which stitches you can go through. Just, you know, try to hide the yarn as much as possible, and pull through. And now maybe this one, pull through, and maybe this one, pull through, and maybe some more, I don't know, maybe here, pull through, and now I'm going to prevent the yarn from, you know, going back through here. So I pull it, I stick the crochet hook through here, and then I kind of like do a single crochet. So I pull the yarn like this through, and then pull this end through here, and we tie kind of knot here. So this will prevent the yarn from, you know, going back through the first stitch. and then I just hide the end, so I pull through the stitches some more like before. And now I just cut it. And this is how it should look like. So it's nearly invisible, nearly. And we are going to do the same thing with this little tail here. So we want to pull it very much. And then what I do is just to pull it through the first stitches around here, so that it makes this loop very tight, so that it won't, you know, spread while using the cover, yeah, so to speak. So I go through, I don't know if you can see this, but these are the stitches, the first 6 stitches that we made at the very beginning. So I go through those stitches exactly around, and this is not that simple. So I go through, and then the next one, pull through, these are super tight, so it's not really not that simple to go through them, but if you manage, it will just make the cover look nicer. This is really hard. And now I'm going to tie a knot just like before. So pull, focus my camera, pull the yarn through, and then pull it again through the loop, and pull very much, and then just hide the rest of the tail, at least part of it. So pull just through some random stitches around. And then just cut off. Ta-da! And the cover is ready. Now you have to flip it on the right side. As you can see, the loop here is invisible. Now let's try it on. And there you have it. I believe that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you make your very own crochet cover using my tutorial and decide to share it on the social media like Tumblr or Instagram, please use the hashtag #CarlyCTutorial so that I can see what you have done. So I would be really happy to see some of your own crochet covers for your Tamagotchis. It would, yeah, make me very happy to see if this was actually helpful. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, bye!